Are you looking to make a fun petal sleeve? Well, this Sassy Sleeve Saturday, we're drafting a petal sleeve in Adobe Illustrator. Hi, I'm Christina, and I am super excited to making this week's Sassy Sleeve. I love to digitally apparel pattern in Adobe Illustrator to make unique garments for myself and others. So let's get started. I'm going to bring up Adobe Illustrator, and I have my little rendering of the sleeve that I am looking to make. And I have my half scale sleeve up and ready. If you're interested in drafting along with me, I have a half scale pattern down below linked so that you can grab it and start learning how to digitally apparel pattern in Adobe Illustrator with me. And let's get started. So the first thing that I am going to do is actually, I'm going to lock this layer. I'm going to do a complete new trace. So I'm going to lock this layer and I'm going to label this one Petal Sleeve. And you gonna let me open it? Maybe. There it goes. I'm gonna get it into a fun color. Let's go magenta. So it's a little bit easier for you guys to see what I am doing. So a petal sleeve has this fun little seam that starts there. So on the front of my sleeve, I'm going to first give myself some guidelines. So I want a line at 1.5. Actually, I don't want a line at 1.5. So for when you're doing full scale, you probably want a line at 1.5 inches. Or it depends on how long you want your sleeve hem to be. A common one is 1.5. However, because this is half scale, I'm actually going to go for an inch instead. And let's rotate that line right like that. That'll give me that guideline. And I'm just going to do a copy paste. And I'm going to move that line over to the other side and rotate it as well so that I have those two lines ready. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to start penning. So I'm going to go from this side, pen, I'm going to anchor it there, and I'm going to do a pull out just like that until I get about the angle that I'm looking for. I like that a lot. Then I'm just going to finish this sleeve drafting up to the top here. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. And I'm going to finish making all those lines match up. Up, nope, down, nope, oop. There we go. So that is that back line. But before I move that off this pattern, I'm actually going to unlock this layer, grab the tees, okay, let's group you. You're not grouped right now. We're going to group you, and then we're going to select the two of them and group them. Great. And then the last thing we're going to do, are you grouped? Now you're grouped. Actually, I have no idea, because I should be able to highlight that one group. I don't know why it's not wanting to group. That's okay. We're just going to highlight those two T's. We're going to do a copy, and then we're going to lock that layer, click onto the petal layer, and do a copy front. And now they're right there. Then we're going to do the same thing with this T up here. We're going to do a copy. We're going to lock that layer, click onto the petal layer, front, and then going to grab them all and group it. There we go. And I'm going to pull that off. And now I'm going to make the front petal, or the other side. So I'm going to go to the opposite side. Boop, boop, boop. Get a nice angle going, just like so. And get that line nice and close. And again, you can go back and kind of finesse it so that it's nice and perfect, because I am just a smidge off on this one. And let's grab that other anchor, pull it in, grab that anchor, pull it in till it's on that line, and we're going to pull you out, not that far, pull you back up, and you're not quite up, this guy's a little bit too far. So yeah, it's just that little bit of finessing. That sometimes, we're going to move that anchor point, I think. Try that. There we go. That is much closer. Still not 100%. Let's get that there and pull that out just a smidge. Smidge too far. I don't know why that is being cranky today. Let's try. Come on, computer, wake up. We're going to try making this handle go up. There we go. Then grab this handle and pull it in just a little bit more. There we go. So there is that front part of that. The next thing that we are going to do on that is do the same thing with those T's. So I'm going to grab just that T. You must be connected. You go in a little bit. So I'm going to grab just the T. Come on. There we go. We're gonna copy, lock, click onto the petal, copy front, and then unlock, copy, lock, click on that one, front. And grab everything and group it. And there you have the petal sleeve. This one, you'll have this hem and this hem that you'll want to finish off nicely before setting it into the sleeve. However, this is a two-piece petal sleeve. There's actually an easy way to make it so it's a one-piece sleeve. And how we're going to do that, I'm just going to move this up right there so that we are off, and then we're going to move this guy here and zoom in. It just needs to go up just a smidge, and then we're going to rotate it and close that. And I have no idea why those are not lining up exactly, because I copied and pasted that petal side seam so that it would match, but it didn't. So what we're gonna just do is we're gonna cut. I know, I'm right on it, aren't I? So we're now going to cut that. We're gonna zoom in, get nice and close. Stop it. Okay, so that one's already cut. Perfect. And there we go. Then we're going to cut this bottom one right there. Then we're going to select this guy. We're going to cut him and the top one. Now before we delete, we're actually going to want to ungroup it really fast, because since it's all grouped together, it will actually delete everything. Then you should be able to highlight just those two and delete them away. Last thing you want to do is join up those anchor points. Now you can see these ones don't quite match up, and you can just grab it and pull it down so it lines up. Control Z, or you can highlight them both, Control Shift Alt J, and it will join them. Now as you can see, it joined them and it actually made them like a little point in, which is what you definitely don't want. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull that up until it is parallel . There we go. So then it's not causing. And did those guys join? They did not. Okay, move it, highlight, Control Shift Alt J, and we want nice and smooth, and it's connected. And then we have our floral petal sleeve, and you can, well, you'll just ease over there. And then as you want to make sure that the top portion goes on top, or goes on the bottom, so that the back portion wraps around and that has that nice seam right here on your flower petal. If you enjoyed this, definitely like and subscribe so that you can see how this petal is made and what it will look like once it's done. And make sure to grab those key commands and useful charts for when you are digitally apparel patterning in Adobe Illustrator. It makes it so that you can be grabbing those tools and patterning so much faster. And I look forward to seeing you in some of my other videos. Happy patterning!